Okay, welcome to the Chatty Bookworm. If you're new to my channel, hi, I'm Lori and welcome. Before we get started with my wrap up, if you're new to my channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please think about subscribing. And if you do, hit that bell icon. And if you like the video, please give it a like. Okay, now that house cleaning is out of the way, I read 15 books and DNF'd one. So altogether, no, not 15. What am I saying? 18 books. I read 18 books and DNF'd one. So we're going to talk about, and two were rereads. I don't even remember what my ratings were for some of them. But let's start with the DNF. Of course, this is for March. I DNF'd What Lies Beyond the Veil by Harper L. Woods. I heard about this on TikTok, and they had such good people were talking about how much they loved it and stuff, and I was like, okay. I've been reading some really good ones from TikTok because of TikTok, so I'm willing to give it a try, but I don't know what was wrong with this book, but I just could not get into it. Just did not feel, I don't know, just didn't feel, the way it was written just didn't jive with me. I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of that was wrong with it. Like, I was just like, huh? What? Like, I don't get what's going on. And I read like about 40 pages, maybe 30, 40, maybe 50 at the most. But I just couldn't do it. Usually I'll give a book to page 100. But I just couldn't do it with this book, you guys. I just couldn't. I don't know what it is, but I just did not like the writing. So, sorry if anybody loved that book. Let me talk about my two rereads. I reread Finding Hope by Sloane Kennedy, which is a Mel romance with Beck, Quinn, and Brody. And all three of them have sad stuff that happened in their lives. Beck is the one that had the saddest, and he's the youngest. He's he's a lot younger than the other two. I don't remember how old the other two are. I think one's like in his 30s, and I'm not sure about the other one. But Beck is only 19. But everything that happened to his life and stuff like that, he unfortunately had to grow up super quick, but there was so much stuff that happened to him. So check trigger warnings, but this was so good, you guys. I forget what number this was in the Finding Hope. This is number 5 in the Finding Hope series. I don't know if you have to read these in order, probably, but I never did. Like, I read her Protector series. I've never read those in order. I went by what ones sound good at me at the time, and I wasn't, confused or anything. I mean, of course, it ruins a little bit. It's a happy ever after anyway, so they're going to get together. So it doesn't ruin, too much. For me, it didn't, at least. But if you don't want any spoilers, then I would definitely go in order. But she has it in her book. She has I'll show you in a minute. Series reading order. So, like here it said, the first one you should absolutely read is Absolution, which is the first one in the Protector series. So it says you should read the first 3 in the Protector series, then books 1, 2, and 3 in the Escort series, and then 1, 2, lost the page now, 1, 2, sorry you guys, I lost the page, 1, 2, let me double check, what was that one? 1, 2, the first 2 in the Finding series, which is this series, and then so on. But I'm not going to read all of them to you, but I just thought I would give you a little bit of what the order is. So the first one you should definitely read is the first one in the Protector series. Or you can, actually, I'm wrong. There's this one here that says recommended read order. Use this list if you want to follow according to timing. So, if you don't want to follow by timing, if you want to start with the Protector series first, then you would start the way I was talking with Absolute, Salvation, Retribution, and then that's it for those. But if you want to read in timeline, you would read the first 3 in the Escort series. The first 2 are male-female. Then the third one's male-male. And then you should read books 1 and 2 in Findings, which is this one series. And then you should read the first one in the Barty, or how you say that one? The first, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know if that's all there is in the Barty series. I can't even say the word. But then but it says those 4. And then start read book 3, 4 in the Finding series. And then, let me see. And then you can finally start Absolution, which is the first one. And you'd read the first 5. Then you read all of them that are out. Well, almost all of them that are out in the Protectors before you go to this one. This one's like the last one, second to last one, that she has. And then the number 9 in the Protector series. Of course, all of the Protector series are out now. But at the time that this book was out, that's how you would read it. I don't know why I'm telling you guys that. Making the video longer. But it was 4 stars. Of course, I was like having trouble getting into reading because I wasn't feeling good. So I go to my comfort reads, which is Anthony James. She's my comfort author, which is weird because these books are dark. There's a lot of darkness in these books, but they're so comical too. And the characters I just am in love with. I just love these characters so much. They're supposed to be these killers, but yet they're so awesome. Like, they're killers, but they're doing it for the right reason. But they're also psychopaths, and they're not supposed to be like, be able to fall in love and to feel things, and they do. I would say the one that doesn't feel as much as the other ones is Adam. And even the author says that, and a lot of people say that. Yeah, but the author definitely says that Adam is the one that's the one that really doesn't feel as much. Whereas the other ones, the only one he really cares about, of course, is Noah when he meets Noah. So, yeah. But all of them I love. Like, him and Noah, like, Adam and Noah are... But anyways, they go around, in this series, they go around... Thomas, which is the main guy, he adopted them when they were young because he's trying to find he was trying to find kids that could be psychopaths and make them into vigilantes. Go around and kill people that need to be killed. People that get away with atrocious, how do you say that word? Crimes, like, yeah. And they deal out justice. So yeah, so good. And then now we're going to talk about my most disappointed read. I hate saying this. It was a 3.5 star. I gave it a 3 on Goodreads, and that is Gallant by V.E. Schwab. Sorry if you love the book. But I thought it was going to be like a 5 star, even maybe a favorite of the year, and it took me so long. Like, I got to 100, and I'm like, do I still want to keep reading this? And I was like, I'll give it another 50 pages because I really want to love it. And luckily it started turning around, but it was so boring. I'm sorry if you loved it, but to me it was so boring at first. She is like in an orphanage. She can't talk. She's mute. I guess that's the right word for it. And she gets a note from her uncle inviting her to go to Gallant. And her mom said, whatever you do not go to Gallant, basically. And she goes. And then craziness assures. That's all I'm going to tell you. Then I read the Atlas 6. I'm not going in order. I just picked out whatever I wanted to talk about first. I read the Atlas 6 by Olivia Blake. I gave this one 4 stars. It's good. Took me a little bit to get into it. I love Nico though. Oh my god, Nico is so cute. I just love Nico. He's probably my favorite. There's so much about him and some of his friends that you guys will find out about. I just loved it, you guys. Like, there's these 6 people that Atlas recruits to do something, or to try to become, I'm not going to say too much, but to become in the order, to be part of the order. And only 5 of the 6 are going to actually make it through, and the other one doesn't. And it's like magical. Like, they all have like different magical powers that they have. Like, there's dream walkers, there's what's it called? Where they can like control you or manipulate you. Yeah, different things like that. But Nico is definitely my favorite character. Then I read You've Reached Sam. Oh my god, this was so good. So good, you guys. I just loved it. 5 stars. I almost gave it 6, but there's just something that was like, no, not quite a 6. But so close, you guys. This is Julie. Her boyfriend Sam was killed in a car accident, and she's like depressed and stuff. She just needs to hear his voice, so she's like, well, maybe I'll call and I'll get his voice on the machine, whatever you want to say, the cell phone, whatever. I don't know. I can't remember, but something like that, and just be able to hear his voice. But when she calls, he actually picks up on the other line, and they're able to communicate with each other. And, it's basically her finally being able to let him go. It's very sad. It's very emotional, like I was saying. So, yeah. There are some trigger warnings, so just beware. But it was good, you guys. Like, definitely worth the hype from TikTok. I really loved it. Let's see. I think these are the last 4 that were physical copies. I read all 4 in the Madison Kate series by Tate James. And I also read the Vault, which technically you're not supposed to read until like the second or third book in the Hades series, but Hades series just don't sound like I would like it. I don't know why, but I just not like. And I met a couple, like 1 or 2 of the characters, and I wasn't really feeling them. So yeah, in these books here, my friend Kaylani from Kaylani Simply Me loves this series. I was like, I'm reading it, so I binged this. Like, this one, like, I picked it up. It took me a little bit to pick it back up, just because just wasn't in the mood at the time to read this one. So I put it down and started a different book, which I think was really wise, because I think if I would have like kept pushing through at first, I would have gave it 4 instead of a 5. But this series is so good. Madison gets accused of something, and she thinks that these 3 guys are the ones that set her up. Her dad sends her away for a certain amount of time, and when she comes back, she finds out that her dad married one of the guys' moms, and that all 3 of the guys that she thinks set her up live with her now. And she wants to get revenge on him. So yeah, these are so good though. I just love them so much. I'm so bad at remembering names. I know there's Archer, Still, and Cody. That's it, Cody. And of course, Kate, Madison Kate. Yeah. And my favorite is definitely Cody. Oh my god, Cody. Wow, chef's kiss to Cody. But yeah, it's her, like I said, trying to get revenge on them, and also fall in love with them, and also she has a stalker, and a whole bunch of other stuff is going down. Like, oh my gosh, these books were intense. I loved them. This one was a 5. Liar. Liar, Fake, and Kate were all 6 stars. Liar has my favorite guy on the cover, Cody. That's Cody. Book 3, which is Fake, that's Archer. And 4 is Still. And yeah. My favorite is definitely 2. And then 4. Then 3. And then 1. And then I read the novella and I gave that one 4. So, there's those. These other ones, I don't remember, like, I loved them, don't get me wrong, because I just read them. But my brain, like, right now, can't remember, like, half of what, what did I want to say? Doesn't remember, like, what they were about. But this one I'll show you real quick is number 4 in the, is the novella in the Madison Kate series. I read this book called Always by Lauren Lee. First book in the Indigo Fall series. I gave it 4 stars. This is like, he falls in love with his brother's, his best friend's younger brother. Yeah. Basically, I don't know what else to tell you about it without spoiling anything. But yeah, I gave that 4 stars. I read Remington, Lancelot, Ambrose, and Dak. Is that 5? 1? Let me see. 2, 3, 4, and Corbin. I don't know if I remember if I said Corbin. So those 5. I don't remember what number they're in, but it's by Sylvia Violet, and those are all mafia romances, and I think 3 of them are brothers, if I'm not mistaken. I'm trying to remember if 3 were brothers, and then the other 2 are cousins. And then the other 2 are their cousins. And the last 2 are also twin brother. They're twins. And they're all in the mob, of course. It's really good. I'm trying to remember which one is the first one, because this thing is not for some reason not putting it in the right order. I'm thinking Corbin is maybe Corbin is the second one. I'll tell you which one the first one is. Remington is the first one. I'll show you the first 4. These are the first 4. You can see them. I gave Remington 4 stars. Corbin 4 stars, I believe. Let me double check. Yeah, Corbin 4 stars. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so bad at saying it. And then the other 3, Remington, Lancelot, and Ambrose, all were 5 stars. 5 stars. Well, actually, I'm sorry. Remington and Ambrose were 6 stars, and Lancelot was 5 stars. Ambrose, which is the last book, was my favorite out of all of the 5 of those. He lives in like a swamp area where there's alligators and stuff. But each of these guys meet their significant others and fall in love, and then also take care of my business, of course. I don't really know what else to tell you guys. I don't want to spoil it. So that's all I'm going to say is that, yeah. But Ambrose definitely has like a very sad history, what happened. But a lot of these guys do. So yeah, and there's definitely some trigger warnings. There's definitely BDSM? Is that the initials? If I'm wrong, let me know down below, because I always forget initials. So be aware of that. There's things like choking and like a whole bunch of other stuff. I don't want to spoil everything, because I know some people think those are spoilers. So I'll just say that you talk about the choking one, but there's a whole bunch of other ones. Yeah. But yeah, definitely Ambrose, the 5th one, was my favorite. It was just so good. And then I read 2 more, which was by Sylvia Violet as well, which was Nil and, Jerigo? I'm not sure how you say his name. And Nell. These ones this series here is called Vigilance. This is the first one, Geo. Like in this one, he's a sniper, a trained operative, and a bodyguard. And now he's a part of the elite private security force, known as Vigilance. And his boss's, Geo, how do you say his name? His boss son has a stalker, and he is hired to take care of him, protect him, and of course they're gonna fall in love. That one I think both of these I gave 4 stars. But yeah, it was good. I really liked it. Lane I love Lane. He reminds me of Felix, which is going to be the love interest in the 5th book, but you meet him in this book. Yeah. But yeah, he reminds me of him, like the way he dresses and stuff, like, and the way he acts, like, oh my gosh. So I really loved Lane. And then, like I said, the other one was Nil. I'm trying to remember which one this one was. Oh, Marcus, and of course, Nil. And it's enemies to lovers. And it's like, both of them are very dominant at first. And the other one really doesn't want to be dominant, but at the same time, he does, if that makes sense. And it's like, they're both, like, have to pretend like they're dating. And he has to be the sub, how do you say that, of the group out of the 2? Yeah. And he really doesn't want to, like I said. He does, but he doesn't. But he's so cute. Like, I just love him, too. And I just love Marcus. Marcus is he definitely is the right person to get Nil to, be what he really wants to be. And they're just like, they had that hot chemistry, you guys. Like, oh my gosh. But they have to pretend like they're dating, of course. And they have to, they want to bring down this one mob guy. And they go to this island. It's just so much fun. I just love everything about these 2. Really, the more I think of it, the more I think it should have been a 5-star. I think I'm going to put it 5-star because I really loved it. I'm going to go to 5-star because this one, I found this series on, I think it was Tuesday, and I read that many in 2 days, in basically 1 day, really, because I found it 2.5 days, right? Yeah. So I started it Tuesday evening, and I read the next, 2.5 on Wednesday, and then the rest yesterday. I just had a good old time, you guys. It was so much fun. I mean, I don't know if they really deserve, a 5 stars, and some of them don't really deserve a 6-star, but for me, they filled what I needed. So that's why I'm giving them, a higher one. I think I probably, maybe gave it a little bit higher, maybe the 6 should have been 5s, and the ones that were 4s should have been a 3.5. I mean, the ones that were 5 should have been 4s or 4.5, but it's what I needed. It made me happy. I just loved it so much. I was laughing. I was like, oh my gosh, is this hot? Everything. My emotions were everywhere. So I really loved it. But I definitely think Ambrose, which was the last one in the mobster one, was my favorite. And of course there's crossovers, so yeah. And I'm still, I have some other books in the, I actually started it, but I'm not going to be able to finish it this month. I mean, this month, unless I get into a reading slump. But, I actually started books 3 and 4 in the Vigilantes. Because book 4 is going to be the main guy, which is, we'll just say X. That's what they call him, X. But you find out who he really is and stuff. But yeah, they call him X, and I'm so excited for that one. Like, so excited. Because I was already reading it, and I'm like, oh my god, this could be a 6-star. Like, I might find some time in between the magical readathon that I'm going to start reading my books for today. I might, like, find the time in between to read books 3 and 4, since I already started them. So already, like, feel like they're going to be 5 or 6 stars unless something major happens. But yeah, let me know how you did in March. Sorry this is so long. But yeah, let me know how your March was. Oh, sorry. My nose is starting to hurt. And that's it. I already said all the housekeeping in the last one. But I hope you guys had a good reading month. Let me know down below what you read. How many books you read. What your favorite was. Least favorite. Did you have any disappointments? DNFs? Did you read from an author did you find a book that wasn't even on your radar? And read that? Did you stick with your TBR? Because I in the hell didn't. Like, I had so many books I wanted to read, and I didn't read half of them. I just was, like I said, not feeling good. I was, like, trying to stay on my TBR, but I just had to quit my TBR and just read for fun. I just scrap it. Just read whatever came in that felt good to me. And this series by Sylvia Violet was everything I needed to get me out of feeling the way I was feeling. Like, I read, what is it, 6 or 7 books? Yeah, 7 books of hers in 2.5 days. So, yeah. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm so sorry it's so long. But if you did enjoy it, please, like I said at the beginning, do all that stuff. And until next time, I hope you guys have a good reading month. And I hope your days are awesome. And remember, DNF if you have to. You can soft DNF where you can come back to it later. Or if you don't think it's for you, then DNF it and get rid of the book. And I love you guys all as friends, as watchers of my channel. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.
Deep in the shadows, I know